Dom Link, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to season 2, episode 4 of The Walking Dead. A lot less to say about this episode. It wasn't boring, but it was a lot less important. The last episode was a fucking banger. Again, I like to do by the timeline for each and every single character. I just think it's a better thing to do. I think it's more fun. I hope that you guys are liking that too because it's a lot easier for me. We're gonna be starting with the main character, of course. And in this episode, the main character is probably Shane. We have this funeral for Otis, and they're asking Shane to talk because, like Patricia said, he was the last one to see Shane, right? To see Otis, and you could think that Shane is an asshole for lying about it and just pretending like, oh yeah, he sacrificed himself. But at the end of the day, Shane did the right thing, and it was. What would you rather have? Somebody. Put yourself in their shoes. Would you rather have somebody that died for no reason, somebody that died for betrayal, and somebody that died because they didn't serve a purpose? They serve a purpose. The serve the purpose is the way here. So yes, Shane is kind of like an asshole here, but at the same time, he's uh he's making sure that they're having this emotion, they're having this saved up version of like their Otis is a saved up version of the guy who meant something, who was honorable. And then for Shane, we have Lori asking him, you have him asking Lori, did you truly mean it when you say stayed? And she's like, yeah, I mean it. But it's so little, and you understand that Shane is selling for so little, and like, come on, bro, like, you know she cares about Rick, and there's nothing wrong with caring about your husband. But Shane is he's letting himself be led in that trap of she still love me, and that's gonna end up with is him getting hurt, and him getting hurt is gonna turn him into jealousy, into envy towards Rick, who has done nothing. Because yes, Rick is the chosen one of Lori, but Rick never did anything. He's just stayed himself, and when he learns that they're gonna be having sex, even his reactions like, yo, I figured it out, but I'm back now. He never thought any less of Rick. There's this part where it's super cool. They're still looking for the girl, and it's Rick ID, and you can see that Shane isn't like he's not favorable for that. So there's possibly the first fight. We're seeing Shane and Anja get closer, and the reason for that is they're both like outsider a bit. And just she's not stupid. She knows that Shane is not saying the entire truth for Otis. But again, she took some risk. She took some horrible risk here. And her simple solution was like, yo, well, I want to do what I wanted to do. So both of them feel like they're doing things that are good, and both of them are willing to put others at risk if it means a better a better result at the end. And I mean, of course, if you want to put it that way, then you're possibly doing the right thing. But if you don't, it's up to interpretation. What is the right thing? There's never like a clear answer of what is the right thing to do. You just let your gut speak, and when you do it, you have the results, right? There's a lot of good scenes between Maggie and Glenn, and I tend to shit on Lori and Rick because of the relationship. I tend to shit on Jim and Pam relationship from The Office. But to me, Glenn and Maggie relationship is so well written. Glenn is this guy. He has a heart of gold, and he's willing to sacrifice. And Maggie also had his heart of gold, but Maggie understand that she can maintain that. And there's this episode, right, where the well is infected. There's a walker, there's a zombie in there, right? And to me, it's not because Glenn is okay with going in the well and there's a problem. The rope fall, and he's falling and he almost dies, right? And he's like, yo, I still did it, and he doesn't hold a grudge. And Maggie, although she doesn't want him to hold a grudge, she's just like, yo, you sacrificed your life for those people. You can't keep doing that. One day you're gonna be the end of it. And at first, we know Glenn. Glenn would be like, yo, we know from the first season that Glenn was like, well, I hope that if I do that for somebody, somebody was gonna do it for me at the end of the line. And you know that no matter what they ask, no matter the risk, he's gonna do it because he's just that kind of guy. But Maggie says you don't have to be that kind of guy. You already proven yourself. You already proven your worth, right? And there's this amazing, amazing sense that, like I said in the last review of Daryl. So let's move on with Daryl, and it's amazing because it's so Daryl goes to get the little girl. He goes to get her, and there's so much going on in this episode for him. Talks about the Cherokee Rose, and he talks about how he talks about the story. And I'm gonna tell this story. I think the story is worth listening from Norman Reedus himself, which is a player, which is the actor who plays Daryl. But in this particular case, it's beautiful because he goes on the hunt. He finds possibly the hunt. He finds the doll. He finds so much stuff that says, "Yo, Sophia's still alive." So it's quite reassuring, and he's the only one that actually gives a shit in this episode. And he's going, he's going, he's going, and then there's a part where he's like, "Yo, guess what?" There's this amazing thing. He's like, he goes back to Carol. That's about the Cherokee Rose. And although it's not something she believes in, the fact that he really tried to cheer her up, and you can see that he's truly caring. He's really is a really fucking good guy. Daryl is probably one of the most well written character in The Walking Dead. You're seeing he's willing to go to the extent for Carol because at the end of the day, we learned in the latest episode that he got lost in the wood and nobody went to search for him. So maybe he see himself in Sophia a little bit and said, "Yo, there's this child, right? And as much as she's a fucking mess, nobody really cares about her." If it was Carl, everybody was gonna go get Carl. But again, there's this hierarchy. There's this hierarchy of people of importance in the group, and Sophia and Carol are very low tier. And Daryl, who has the capacity of being one of the highest ranking in the hierarchy, you understand that there's weaker people, and he takes care of those weaker people because those weaker people were him. He was counting on Merle to help him, but Merle wasn't a good brother. So it's like she's all alone. There's just also this very important talk between Rick and Urshel, and Rick, oh man, the relationship, the friendship between Urshel and Rick is so amazing because Urshel has been through a lot, right? And Rick does seem like like an important figure. For example, he's afraid of not being a good father, and he is a good father. He's afraid of it all being for nothing, all being for no reason, not believing God. And Urshel, you understand that, and they complement each other. Urshel is able to do, he's able to give wisdom to Rick. He's able to say to Rick, "Yo, you're a good father. Don't worry about it." He's able to reassure him, and Rick has the ability to do things that Urshel can't. Urshel is old. Right? Rick is able to go out there. So together, and why that's so important? Well, Urshel is the okay. So there's two camp. There's a Green family, which are Maggie Green, Patricia, Urshel. There is Maggie, of course. Yeah. So it's all about them being like, "Yo, there's this two camp, and there's a camp that we know, our camp, our survivor, and Rick is at the head of it, and Urshel is at the head." So the importance of them two having a good relationship, it's super, super, super important. I think that's actually important enough. And I'm gonna check out if I missed something. If I miss, I'll continue. Otherwise, this is the episode. I should have watched one at a time. Looking back at it, I had to rewatch it. I missed a couple of things, you know. I thought the Walker from the Well was really well made. I just think the fact that it breaks into two, the fact that it's because of the water, it was like bloated. I think it was really cool. There's of course a scene between Maggie and Glenn. We got the eight. It does suck because I have again to complain with Lori. Lori, she asked Glenn to go to get her a pregnancy test. Although it's super like important, she's asking him to risk her life for like a test, and it's you're not only asking him that, she's asking him to keep it as a secret. So but there's this amazing scene where it's the first like love scene between Glenn and Maggie. I remember when I was young and we saw because Maggie next get naked, Lauren Conrad, which is the actress, get naked, and I remember it broke the internet because she's hot, right? She's like really hot, so that was kind of cool. Then we got a touching scene between Rick and Carl, how he's telling Carl, "Are you mad at me?" And he's like, "No, don't worry, everything is okay." And he's asking Carl how he feels, like, "Yo, it's beautiful, Dad." It was, and there something like that. And he's even proud that he got shot. He's like, "Dad, we're the same now." So again, not only did Carl survive, it seemed to be stronger from that. But there's a lot of like symbolism in that, and I don't know why I didn't talk about it. Is the symbolism is that Carl's Like Ricky gives his hat because Carl's on the hat, and Carl's like, yo, don't, aren't you gonna miss it? It's like, we can share. So we're seeing a very strong bond between Carl and Rick, and we knew Rick loved Carl. We know they were close, but we never saw how close they were. And this is the very first time we see them bonding as much as they did. So it was really nice to see that. And Ricky give as a symbolism, he gives this sheriff hat, right? So I thought at first that was sweet, but then watching it again, when he puts away the star from his uniform, so is there a sense that he doesn't feel like a sheriff anymore? Is there a sense where he's putting him away? We're seeing a character called Michonne at very, very later in the show, and there's a scene where she put our katanas away, right? Is there the symbolic retirement of what they used to represent? The need for that? Maybe Rick does think that this doesn't need to be a sheriff anymore. Maybe understand that there's need to be more. Again, not sure why they didn't talk about the Walker and the well, but just the fact that they did that, because of Walker and a well is important. That's like a water source. It's super important. So the fact that they really they could have said, oh, this is a huge problem, and just ended it here. The fact they put so much effort into making it realistic and giving us a different kind of Walker, because yeah, there's 11 seasons, so you have to give us different shit, right? It's just so beautiful. It's just such there's such an importance to it, and again, the how can I miss the Maggie? She really cares about she really, really cares about Glenn, and at first I didn't understand why she was getting mad at him, but then I watched Cyberpunk Edge Runner, and it's the exact same case with Lucy and David. Glenn gets himself in trouble, and he let people get him in trouble and doesn't answer, which is cool. It's noble. At the end of the day, he's gonna sacrifice. So she doesn't want to fall in love with somebody if it means that he's gonna have to die. You understand? It's pretty reasonable from her part. That was it. Love you guys. Peace.